Hey everyone, it's Hailey, aka Studious Hailey, and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new video. So it has been, I don't know how long since I've uploaded. I'm kind of filming a couple videos. Sorry if the angle moved, I had to switch my tripod. If you haven't seen my, what's it called, my last week of college video, basically I graduated and I'm now job searching, which means I have a lot of time on my hands, and I ended up finishing this cardigan. It's super cute. I knitted it. I just like very quickly sewed on the buttons, so if they look funny, that's why. I just keep looking at this cardigan in the viewfinder. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. I'm so happy with it. Anyway, today's video is a summer book haul. Basically all the books that I bought that I'm gonna try and read this summer. That may not happen. I'm not like too concerned with not reading them this summer. But I did buy them with the intention of reading them this summer, I guess. I don't know. I kind of do big book hauls like twice a year. And then maybe I'll buy like a book every like couple months in between that. Yeah, but I graduated and I had some money to spend that I'd been saving for since like freshman year, and I wanted to buy some books. And then I also Half Price Books was having a 20% off sale, so obviously I had to go to Half Price Books. So I have some books from Barnes & Noble and then some books from Half Price Books. It's a lot of books. There's 9 books. One of them was gifted though. So I got 4 books from Barnes & Noble and one of them was gifted by my roommate. So we'll start with that one. So it's called This Is Ever After by F.T. Lukens. It's really cute. It sounds really cute. It's about this guy who kind of like assumes the throne while like the heir is gone, just to like keep everything safe, and then, you know, he would step down once the heir was found, but turns out she's dead, and so he's stuck as king, and there's a curse where he has to like pick his soulmate, or like pick his soulmate by his 18th birthday or wither away into nothing. And so he like goes throughout his friend group trying to have one of them be his soulmates, and so apparently it's supposed to be really funny, but eventually he discovers that love might have been in front of him all along. So it sounds really cute. My roommate bought it and they read a bit of it. I'm gonna assume they stopped where their bookmark indented the page. They moved out and they were like, would you like to take the book? And I was like, yes, I will, because it does sound really cute, and I just love the cover. It kind of reminds me of D&D for some reason. I don't know why. I've been playing D&D and I don't know why, but this seems very D&D, even though it's not D&D, but like, I don't know. Anyway, this one I'm currently reading. So this is actually, these are both middle grades. I don't really read middle grade, but this sounded really cute, and so did this. So this is even younger actually. This is called Spineless, and I'm pretty sure this is by a local author, because when I first saw it in Barnes & Noble, it was like their pick of the month, and it said from like a local author, like from Bryan College Station. So this is Spineless by Samantha Man Miguel, and it sounds really cute. It's about this 12-year-old boy named Algie Imsworth, and he's trying to be like a naturalist, and with the help of like 2 friends and like just a couple people along the way, he embarks on an adventure of a lifetime as he escapes certain death, discovers a brand new species, and goes head-to-head with diabolical thieves. At the same time, a deadly and mysterious red tide ravages the beaches, and a possible curse threatens to close down the Hotel Parisio for good. Soon, Algie, Frankie, and Lulu must save themselves, solve the mystery of the hotel's curse, and protect their never-before-seen species before it's too late. So it sounded really cute, and I'm really liking it so far. I'm only on page 32. The font is really big though. And then the bottom of it, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but it's one of those like flip, you know, like the flip books, except it's little octopus and he's dancing, and it's so cute. It's also, I didn't realize this, I think they should have mentioned it, that it's not set like in present day, because I thought it was, and then like I don't know, something was mentioned on here and I was like, that's not present time. Anyway, so it's not set in present time. It's set at the end of the 18th century, and I just love the cover. It's so like I love all the green. I love like the octopus tentacles, spiders, snakes, whatever kind of fish that is. Yeah, it's so cute, and so I'm excited to keep reading it. And now that I've finished this cardigan, which has been taking up my life like the past 2 weeks, I'm really excited to like just sit down with a book and let my hands rest and read a lot. I got 2 other books from Barnes & Noble. The other one is called Foundry Side. I just picked this up because it sounded interesting. I picked up also this one because it sounded interesting, not because I've ever heard of them before actually. I went there to go get some books that I've been hearing about on TikTok and stuff, then I either just didn't find them, forgot about them, or ended up not wanting them. And so I ended up with these 2 that I know nothing about. But this is Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. It has kind of a cool cover. It gives me like sci-fi vibes. I think it might be a little bit of sci-fi. I don't know. When I think of sci-fi, I think of like space. So I don't think it has space, but it's about a thief named Sanchia, and she has a new heist to steal an artifact of unimaginable power and an object that could revolutionize the magical technology known as scriving. This type of magic is the art of using coded commands to imbue everyday objects with sentience. And then people want her dead, and she has to try and survive, and apparently she needs to take on her own transformation, one that will turn her into nothing she could never have imagined. So yeah, it sounded good. I don't know, I don't really read like technological fantasy. I guess that's considered sci-fi. I have no clue, but it sounded fun and I thought I would give it a try. And yeah, so that's Foundry Side. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's by the author of City of Stairs, so I've never heard of that book either. Oh no, I bent it. Yeah, I don't think this is in a series. I think it's just one book. This was expensive too. It was $18, but it sounded good. So yeah. Oh, also from Barnes & Noble that I got when I went and did my little book shopping spree, I got one of these candles. This is Plot Twist, one of the Barnes & Noble candles. It's called Plot Twist. It smells like chills and thrills, and it has sea minerals and water lily, and there's also some crisp apple scent in here, but it's a book candle based on like plot stuff. They had one that was like enemies to lovers, and then there was also like a book club wine night kind of thing with your friends. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, they're really expensive, but they actually last quite a bit because I've burned this quite a bit and I've only gotten like that far through it. So anyway, so the last book that I got from Barnes & Noble was again another one that I've never heard of, but sounded really good. It was called The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. Basically there's this prison and there's this girl named Kiva, and she works at this death prison as the healer because she has like magical powers, I think. And so the rebel queen is captured, and she has to keep Kiva, the prison healer, has to keep her alive in order for her to undergo the like worst trials, trial by ordeal, which are a series of elemental challenges against the torments of air, fire, water, and earth, assigned to only the most dangerous of criminals. But this queen is terminally ill, and so obviously like it's going to be a little bit difficult. But then Kiva gets a message from her family saying that she needs to keep the queen alive and that they're coming. And so Kiva is like, what the heck? She's literally gonna die. She's terminally ill and she's about to go through these trials that literally no one survives. And so in order to like stall, she ends up taking the place of the queen. And yeah, that's all I basically know. Oh, and then there's a plague, and then a mysterious new inmate fighting for Kiva's heart, and a prison rebellion. So yeah, and it's also in a series, which I did not know, but if I like it, then maybe I'll pick up the others. Oh, also this one is supposed to be sapphic, which was part of the reason why I picked it up, so we love that. I don't know about this one though. This might just be straight. So those were the 4 books that I got from Barnes & Noble, and then that same day when I went to Barnes & Noble, I went to Half Price Books and I got 1 book, and then I also have 4 other books from Half Price Books that I got yesterday when they were doing their 20% off sale. So this was the one that I got when I went to Barnes & Noble that one day. This is The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. I've been wanting to read The Moonstone by him for a while, but I found this one in a Half Price Books, and I really love to get these Barnes & Noble classic editions. I'm also reading A Room with a View, and I did get this one from there as well. I just think they look so nice. I don't know. I just like the way the spines look. But I ended up getting The Woman in White. It's like a Victorian mystery kind of thing, and there's this ghost of a woman in white, and the three characters end up being pulled into a chilling vortex of crime, poison, kidnapping, and international intrigue. So I'm really excited about this. It sounds really good. It's huge, it's massive, but I definitely want to read it. I'm thinking maybe I'll save it for like October and November, September, kind of fall. It doesn't give off fall vibes, but like it's a mystery, so that kind of gives off a little bit of fall kind of things to me. I don't know. I don't really do seasonal reads, but I thought it'd be fun to try and read something seasonally, so maybe this is kind of like an autumn vibe. So if I really like this, then maybe I'll pick up the Moonstone as well. But other than what I told y'all, I have no idea what I'm getting into with this book. It's very vague, and so I'm just like, oh. So then, the books that I bought yesterday, I'm really excited about. I found one that I've been trying to find for ages at Barnes & Noble, and I could just never find it, and then I tried to find it at Half Price Books as well, and I could never find it as well. But I found it, which means someone must have like donated it between like the past 2 weeks. But that is, oh, I almost dropped my water. But the book is the Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics, and it sounds really good, and I've been wanting to read it for a while. I love anything queer, anything sapphic, and so I really wanted to find like a Regency romance, because there's not really a whole lot of like queer Regency romances, and I think they're fun to read, especially like the ones with these kind of covers on them. Like, I feel like there's a lot of like newer ones now, obviously, but like the ones with like what I call the old lady covers, you know, when like the man is like shirtless, there's a bug, but when the man is like shirtless on the cover, I actually have one of those books because I was curious, so I bought it and I read it, and it was just like the funniest thing. And then I remember just like scrolling through TikTok, and this came up, and I was like, that's two women on the cover, and so I immediately wanted to get it, and I've been searching for months, and I finally found it. And so it's about this girl named Lucy who wants to try and translate a groundbreaking French astronomy text. So she shows up to this countess's London home. She hoped to find a challenge, not a woman who takes her breath away. Catherine St. Day looks forward to a quiet widowhood once her late husband's scientific legacy is fulfilled. She just hopes to hand off the translation, but ends up finding Lucy. But as Catherine finds herself longing for Lucy, everything she believes about herself and her life is tested. And so basically, as Lucy interprets the text and spends time with Catherine, they fall in love. But sabotage and old wounds threaten to sever the threads that bind them. Can Lucy and Catherine find the strength to stay together, or are they doomed to be star-crossed lovers? So yeah, I'm ready for the astronomy stuff, like star-crossed lovers, and then celestial mechanics, French astronomy, whatever any of that means. And also along the same lines, there's another queer kind of Regency romance that I want to read, and it is The Perks of Loving a Wallflower, which I tried to find, but apparently that's actually book 2, and book 1 is The Duke Heist. So this is what I meant by shirtless man on the cover. So this is by Erica Ridley, and it sounds really good, and I figured I might as well read it, partly because I couldn't find the second book, but also it's only one book away from the second book. I don't know, it wouldn't take too much to read it, if that makes sense. I don't know, you don't really have to read these sequentially, like these romance novels. Like the one I picked up just for fun was like book 9 or whatever, but some of the characters like kind of pop through, you know, but I just thought it'd be fun to read the first one, and everyone seems to really enjoy this and think it's really funny. So meet the wild Winchesters. Chloe Winchester is completely forgettable. Oh, and so she wants to recover a missing painting because that's her dad's dying wish or something. She's the first one her siblings turn to for stealing the painting back. No one expects that in doing so, she'll also abduct a handsome duke. Lawrence Gosling, the Duke of Faircliff, is tortured by his father's mistakes. To repair his estate's ruined reputation, he must wed a highborn heiress. Yet when he finds himself in a carriage being driven hell for leather down the cobblestone streets of London by a beautiful woman who refuses to heed his commands, he fears his heart is hers, but how can he sacrifice his family's legacy to follow true love? So I thought it sounded really good. Everyone seems to have good things to say about it, and so I'm really excited to read The Perks of Loving a Wallflower next. Oh, she's cute! Anyway, I'm slowly turning into my grandma, but that is fine. That is okay. And then the next two, so I got 2 more books. The next one I didn't expect to get. I was kind of just walking around and I found this one, and I remember seeing this all the time. It's Beyonders, A World Without Heroes by Brandon Mole. I know he has a lot of books, and I always see them in some of like the Fable Heaven books. I feel like they're always in the back of like books similar to this, I guess like YA fantasy. I don't know, it sounded interesting. I don't remember what it's about because it's not really on here, but it does say, I miss when books would do this, like in the copyright thing, they would have like a sentence summary. 14-year-old Jason Walker is transported to a strange world called Lyrian, where he joins Rachel, who is also drawn there from our world, and a few rebels to piece together the word that can destroy the malicious wizard emperor Maldor. I kind of picked it up because it sounded like the kid version of Outlander because he gets pulled into like a different universe, which I think she's just pulled into a different time, so it's kind of different, but that's kind of what drew me in. And also I just thought I'd give it a try because I always see his like Fable Heaven books like at the end of a lot of the books I own, especially when I was younger. So I thought I'd give it a try, and I'm kind of just like feeling very nostalgic for a book like this. So yeah, I don't know if I'll keep reading the series. This is book 1. And then last but not least, as I already said, I got Outlander. I've been seeing Outlander everywhere. When I went to Michael's, or when I've gone like a few times, they always have like an Outlander knitting book with like different patterns inspired by the show, and I want to get it so bad, but I just haven't gotten around to getting it. And I've also been seeing a lot of Outlander stuff on my TikTok for some reason, and so I kind of know a bit about Jamie and Claire, just a tiny bit, just from what I've seen on TikTok, and so I'm probably like a tiny bit spoiled, but I really don't care. I might watch the show, I might not. I don't know, I've been like kind of intrigued to watch the show, and so I thought it'd be fun to read the book first. I'm like so annoyed this person put 1 crease in there. But yeah, like I said, this is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. And so if you don't know, basically Claire is from 1945. She's a combat nurse, and she is back from the war and reunited with her husband on a second honeymoon when she walks through a standing stone in one of the ancient stone circles that dot the British Isles. Suddenly, she is a Sassenach, an outlander in a Scotland torn by war and raiding border clans in the year of our Lord, 1743. Hurled back in time by forces she cannot understand, Claire is catapulted into the intrigues of lairds and spies that may threaten her life and shatter her heart. For here, James Fraser, a gallant young Scots warrior, shows her love so absolute that Claire becomes a woman torn between fidelity and desire, and between 2 vastly different men and 2 irreconcilable lives. I just thought it'd be fun to read. Obviously I feel like it's such like a big show. So these are all the books that I got that I will be reading. So like I said, right now I'm reading Spineless. And what I think I might read next of all of these ones is The Duke Heist or The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics. I don't know what I do after that. Maybe one of these too, or maybe Foundry Side. I don't know. I have a lot of choices, and I'm very much like a mood reader. It kind of just depends on how I'm feeling. Yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and maybe like the new-ish content. I honestly don't know how often I'm gonna upload, to be completely honest. Maybe I'll just upload when I feel like it. Yeah, I have a couple ideas, so you might be seeing a couple of videos soon. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's fun to talk about some different stuff as opposed to studying. And yeah, I'm gonna go make some dinner now, do the dishes, and read, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!